aka I'm so disrespectful, aka the man by many names. You tune into another episode of AGM, Naruto style. Alright, the new chapter of Naruto just came out this week, and it was pretty good. It was a pretty good chapter. Now I know for a lot of people out there, it's not going to be what they expected, but people have to understand that the last chapter was simply an introduction. You had in this chapter, Guard gave a speech, on how he wished, like how it's an honor to fight as a nation with all shinobi and all that good stuff. And it was a pretty good chapter. We got to see Kurenai. Not Kurenai, Asuma talk, and basically they were talking to like one another and like, what the fuck is going on? We even got to see Zabuza and Haku talk, and they were basically like, I don't want to fight with a guy who brought the dead back, but apparently, I guess all this shit gonna change once they start fighting. I guess that's the sense that they gave you in like the actual manga. But not really too much happened in this chapter. Like, once again, it's still preparing for the actual war, which I kind of figured that it was gonna do. I'm hearing a lot of people out there like, why is the 4th and the 3rd not in there? Because the 4th and the 3rd are sealed inside the Reaper. That's why they're not in there. But the question we should be asking is why the 2nd and the 1st aren't in there. Because the 2nd and the 1st aren't sealed in the Reaper. Or why Jiraiya isn't there. Maybe we might see Jiraiya come back and, I don't know, maybe they're not showing us everything. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good chapter. Like I said, for those of you guys who are disappointed because you didn't see any action, you still gotta wait a minute. I'm guessing that it's probably going to be 2 more chapters before we get deep into like the action, the war. Probably by that time, Naruto will be out of training, so he'll be in there. They split up the Zetsus. I think they left the black or the white, the bodyguard Sasuke or something like that. But here's an opinion for you guys, food for thought. I personally think, now this is just me, I personally think that they're setting Toby, aka / Orochimaru, up to be the main villain. Now, I don't know if I'm the only person out there that feel that way, but I feel that they setting him up to be the main villain. Because think about it, he's been around since the first Naruto, since we first knew about Naruto, and he has been the constant villain throughout this series. We thought he got AKA killed with Orochimaru. They just keep finding ways to bring him back. Now I know that Slash, Kabuto, not Kabuto, whatever the kid with the glasses is. I know Slash, he's supposed to be like a hybrid. He's not really Orochimaru, but he really is. You know what I'm saying? But I think they're setting him up to be the main villain. I just think they are. He knows too much about what's going on both sides. He knows everything. If you go and look at some of the things that they were saying, he was like, damn, how much does he know? How much does he know? Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? He just knows too much. I think they're setting him up to be the main villain. And I think once Naruto's gotten rid of I forget the guy's name with the mask. Once he's got rid of him, then I think him and Sasuke will team up against Orochimaru. I think Orochimaru is going to, I believe when we start seeing Orochimaru / Kabuto, once we start seeing like them setting it up for him to fight, like, I think that it's gonna be ending. Another thing I wanted to say is that I think if it's done right, I think Naruto should end on this arc. Because the way that he started this arc off was fucking epic. Okay, but people can't, jizz too quick. They're like, I'm jizzing. This was so good of an arc. And then they're like, what the fuck when they saw this? But you gotta keep in mind that it's probably gonna be 1 more chapter of setting up shit the way it's gonna go before they actually go into battle. But I think he should end it after this arc. We all know that he's been milking it, you know, for quite a while. And after this arc, I mean, if you look at all the people he resurrected, he's tying up all the loose ends. And I think he is going to end it after this arc because he's tying up all the loose ends. But people have to realize that this is probably going to be the longest arc in the series. Because no war, I mean, a war is going to happen. And this war is going to take, wars last for years, and another thing, Phone brought it up. I don't want him to be showing all these goddamn characters and they not getting any screen time. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the few people who believe that when he brought, when he wasn't showing them on screen time, I think that was necessary. Because people be like, oh, well, he's not developing characters. It's not that he's not developing characters. He's developing the characters that are most essential to the story. It's like when you go see a movie, if, the guy who's the chief over two cops, like in Lethal Weapon, the chief who was over Riggs and Danny, we never knew anything about him except from he was the chief and he was always pissed off at them. There was no character development in that. This is like that. We only need to know about the characters that help push the story. And now that it comes to a point where they have to help push the story, I think we are going to learn more about them. I think that we are going to see them more. At least I hope so. But my overall views of the chapter, it was pretty good. Like I said, I wasn't expecting too much great from it. I was expecting what it was. It is what it is. And I think it's good, and I think that, it's back on track. So, this is your boy Jay, aka the band by many names, and you're tuning in to AGM. Konnichiwa, bitches.